Hi, my name's Leann, and we live in the greater Seattle area in Washington State. And we live in a private home here with a fenced-in backyard, and have had Jindos for going on 9 years now. We used to have a previous Jindo before we got Yogi here, who was rescued out of a shelter here locally, and we fostered and adopted him through Two Dog Farms. So before Yogi, we had a younger Jindo, and one of the things we really liked is that the Jindos can be really high activity when you want them to be. So they have a good on and off switch. They'll go from hiking, biking, running with you, rollerblading, we even did, and other times they'll just be at home like this, lounging around with you. As long as you're giving them their routine, they don't need a lot of space. We used to live in a third floor apartment with our previous Jindo, and he was a very happy boy. Um, Another thing that we really like about Jindos is that they're pretty clean, and sometimes that means some of the dogs won't even go to the bathroom in their own yard, so you'll have to walk them a few blocks away for them to go to the bathroom, and that can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on your perspective. And those are his friends. We have some other dogs too that aren't Jindos, but they do get along very well. Another thing we like is that Jindos are not excessive barkers. They do show affection, but they're not lap dogs, and we really do appreciate the independence. Some of the challenges we face with having Jindos is that they have a very high prey drive, so they can get away from you in that sense because they will bolt if they see a squirrel or a rabbit that they want to get to and you're not paying attention. You could lose a leash, or sometimes I've heard of them getting out of their harnesses. I did have my previous Jindo get out of his collar a couple times when we first had him. And then another thing that can be challenging with Jindos is that they're quite mouthy when they play, so people that aren't familiar with that kind of play, they might get afraid. And I've had some people think that my Jindos are going to attack their dogs, and both Yogi and my previous Jindo were mouthy when they played. Another challenging aspect of having Jindos is that they're not very well known, so people might not know how to handle them, and I've heard that they could be picky eaters, but my Jindos have been pretty food motivated.